Greetings, friends. This is Anand Srinivas from Power Mitra, Bangalore. Continuing in our series of podcasts on solar power for small applications, today we will talk about cost and benefits of solar power for residential consumers. How does the cost and benefits of solar rooftop PV power plant work out for homeowners or apartment common areas in India? Who are ideal candidates for residential on-grid solar rooftop power plant in India? First, check if your average monthly electricity consumption is at least 300 units or kilowatt hour and your monthly bill amount is over rupees 2500. Then you can start with a 2.5 to 3 kilowatt solar plant. You should also ensure that you can install the solar rooftop power plant under net metering scheme by your ESCOM or electricity board or EB, as this will be much more beneficial in savings compared to gross metering scheme which offers minimal savings. Next, if you have shadow-free area of at least 30 square meters on your terrace or about 300 square foot for a 3 kilowatt plant, which is about 10 square meters for every kilowatt of solar power plant. Please keep in mind that the solar PV panels need to be cleaned periodically to get better performance and output. Finally, since the cost of the on-grid solar power plant without battery storage in today's market would be from rupees 65,000 to 80,000 per kilowatt peak for such small plants of capacity 2.5 kilowatt to 5 kilowatt peak, the consumer can recover the cost of installation of the plant in 6 to 8 years. If your solar power plant capacity is higher than 5 kilowatt peak, then the payback may be quicker than the 6 years depending on your consumption and ESCOM tariff paid by you. Additionally, if you can avail subsidy for the solar power plant, the cost of solar power plant may reduce by about rupees 9,000 to 18,000 per kilowatt peak of plant capacity, depending on the capacity of the solar plant. And payback with subsidy can be achieved faster, maybe in 3 to 5 years. If you are installing on-grid solar power primarily for cost savings and returns, then better check the payback and lifetime returns for the amount invested in solar power plant. As a rule of thumb, solar rooftop power plant generates 100 to 120 units a month for every 1 kilowatt peak installed capacity. It's recommended to size your solar power plant to meet your self-consumption units and avail good savings, whereas if the plant generates more units per month than consumed, the exported units may be paid at a very low rate, offering lesser savings and resulting in delayed payback. Since the life of solar power plant is considered to be over 25 years, the units generated by the plant throughout its life after payback period would be free power that provides lifetime returns. As a quick side note, ensure your area has reasonably continuous power supply, since on-grid solar power plant without battery storage works only when ESCOM or EB power is available. Although there are hybrid solar power plants for on-grid which can provide battery storage and backup, but these options are limited due to high cost and low availability of the approved hybrid inverters for on-grid power plants. If your monthly electricity consumption is lower than 200 units, then the cost of the solar rooftop power plant may appear to be high compared to the savings from the solar power plant. The high cost is due to the fixed cost of some of the electrical cables, meters, earthing cables, and pits that are required as per the ESCOM norms. To achieve the size of a solar rooftop power plant of say 3 kilowatt, the solar panels can be selected from the suitable sizes. Say 9 numbers of 330 watt peak panels, or 6 numbers of 445 watt peak, or 5 numbers of 540 watt peak. As per ESCOM or EB norms, the solar power plant capacity cannot exceed the sanction load of your home meter. If your monthly meter bill shows 3 kilowatt sanction load, then you can install plant of 3000 watt peak or lower, not even marginally higher than 3000 watt peak. Solar PV panels can be of basic polycrystalline type or monocrystalline type, which gives about 10% more output, or half-cut monocrystalline panels, which are helpful if shadows during the day reduce the output of solar plants. The solar PV panels, solar inverters, and bidirectional meters may need to be approved by the ESCOM or Electricity Board or certified by Bureau of Indian Standards (BIS). First step in getting your solar rooftop power plant installed is to apply to your ESCOM or EB, get a feasibility approved, and sign a power purchase agreement (PPA) with your ESCOM, which is usually for a duration of 25 years. After PPA is signed, you can get your solar power plant installed on your roof, and once installed, the commissioning of the power plant can be done after the approval of the ESCOM or EB. After the plant is commissioned, the consumer will receive a detailed net metering bill in about 60 days from the ESCOM instead of the previous simple monthly electricity bill, with the detailed bill showing the solar power generated, units consumed by the home, and any net exported units, along with any amount still payable to the ESCOM or amount to be paid by ESCOM to consumer. After commissioning, the routine maintenance of the solar rooftop plant is limited to cleaning the solar panels periodically to remove dust and stains. In our later podcasts, we will look at the cost and benefits of solar rooftop PV power plants for commercial and industrial consumers in India. If you have more questions on solar power plants, please listen to our earlier podcasts or check our website ecopowermitra.in. ecopowermitra. Thank you.